Welcome back to K-DramaVerse, the space where emotions run deep, stories hit harder, and every heartbeat tells a tale worth sharing. Today we're diving into something truly special, something soft, something powerful, something that has quietly but undeniably taken over hearts across the globe. We're talking about a love story that doesn't scream for attention, yet somehow becomes impossible to ignore. A connection that feels gentle on the surface, but carries a depth that lingers long after the screen fades to black. Yes, you guessed it, this is all about the breathtaking chemistry between Lim Soo-bin and Park Hee-sun. From the very first moment they appeared together, something shifted. Fans didn't just watch, they felt. And if you've been following their journey, then you already know. This isn't just another on-screen pairing. This is something rare. Let's talk about that first encounter. You know the one. The moment where time seems to slow down, where the background fades, and it's just them, two souls meeting in a way that feels almost too real to be scripted. There was no over-the-top drama, no exaggerated reactions, just a look, a pause, a quiet understanding. And somehow that simplicity hit harder than any grand confession ever could. Now let me ask you, did you feel it too? That subtle pull, that quiet weight? Something is different here. Because that's the magic of this duo. Lim Soo-bin brings a softness that feels almost fragile, like a whisper you're afraid to interrupt. Her expressions carry layers. Every glance, every hesitation feels intentional, like she's letting you in on a secret without saying a word. And then there's Park Hee-sun, whose presence grounds everything. There's strength there, but it's not loud. It's calm, steady, reassuring, the kind of energy that makes you feel safe just watching. Together, they create something electric, but not in the way you'd expect. This isn't the kind of chemistry that explodes. It simmers. And that slow burn, it's exactly what's making fans lose their minds worldwide. Social media has been going crazy. Clips, edits, slow-motion replays, you name it. Fans are analyzing every interaction, every subtle touch, every almost confession. And honestly, can you blame them? When a pairing feels this real, this natural, it's impossible not to get invested. Let's take a moment to appreciate the storytelling here too. Because it's not just about the actors. It's about how their characters are written. Their love isn't rushed. It grows. It breathes. It stumbles. It heals. And that's what makes it relatable. Think about it. How often do we see love stories that feel like they're on fast forward? Confessions in episode 2, heartbreak in episode 3, reunion in episode 4. But with Lim Soo-bin and Park Hee-sun, every moment is earned. Every smile means something. Every silence says something. Every distance hurts. And when they finally come together, even in the smallest way, it feels like a victory. Now let's get interactive for a second. What was the moment that made you realize this pairing was different? Was it a specific scene, a line, or maybe the absence of words entirely? Drop it in your mind as we continue, because I guarantee you have one. One of the most talked about aspects of their dynamic is how they communicate without speaking. There are scenes where they barely exchange dialogue, yet you understand everything. That's not easy to pull off. It requires trust, not just between the characters, but between the actors themselves. And that's where the brilliance of Lim Soo-bin and Park Hee-sun truly shines. Their synergy feels effortless, like they're not acting, but simply existing within the story. Fans have even started speculating how much of this is acting and how much is genuine connection. Of course, we respect boundaries, but it's hard not to wonder when something feels this authentic. Another thing that stands out is how their love story doesn't rely on dramatic tropes. There's no need for unnecessary misunderstandings or exaggerated conflicts. Instead, the tension comes from something deeper: internal struggles, unspoken fears, the vulnerability of opening your heart. And that's what makes it powerful. Because real love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's uncertain. Sometimes it's just two people trying their best to understand each other. And that's exactly what this story captures. Let's talk about the global impact for a moment. This isn't just a local success, it's worldwide. Fans from different countries, different cultures, different backgrounds are all connecting to this story. Why? Because emotion is universal. You don't need to understand every word to feel what they're feeling. A look of longing? Universal. A hesitant touch? Universal. A moment of realization? Absolutely universal. That's the power of storytelling done right. And honestly, it's refreshing. In a world where everything is fast, loud, and attention-grabbing, this love story dares to be slow, quiet, and deeply emotional. And somehow, that makes it stand out even more. Now let's go deeper. There's something incredibly poetic about the way their relationship evolves. It's not just about falling in love, it's about growing into it. About learning to trust, to open up, to let someone in even when it's terrifying. Lim Soo-bin portrays vulnerability in such a raw, honest way that you can't help but feel protective of her character. You see her walls, her fears, her hesitation, and when she starts to break those walls down even just a little, it feels monumental. On the other hand, Park Hee-sun brings a quiet strength that balances everything out. She's not forceful, not overwhelming, but she's present, patient, and sometimes that's exactly what love needs. Together, they create a dynamic that feels safe. And let's be real, how many of us crave that kind of love? Not the chaotic, dramatic kind, but the steady, reassuring kind. The kind that doesn't need to prove itself because it simply exists. As the story progresses, you start to notice the little things. The way they stand a little closer. The way their eyes linger a second longer. The way their conversations become just a bit more personal. These are the details that make fans rewatch scenes over and over again, because every time you watch, you notice something new. And that's the beauty of layered storytelling. Now here's another question for you. Do you think their love story is more about timing or destiny? Because honestly, it feels like both. There are moments where it seems like everything is pulling them apart. Circumstances, fears, misunderstandings, and yet somehow they keep finding their way back to each other. Not in a dramatic, run-through-the-rain kind of way, but in quiet, meaningful ways. A shared glance, a small gesture, a moment of understanding. And sometimes, those moments hit harder than any grand romantic scene ever could. Let's not forget the emotional weight of their journey either. This isn't a perfect love story. There are struggles, doubts, moments where things feel uncertain. But that's what makes it real. Because love isn't perfect. And the fact that this story embraces that, it's what makes it resonate so deeply with audiences. Fans have described their relationship as healing. And honestly, that might be the best way to put it. Watching them feels comforting. Like a reminder that love doesn't have to be complicated to be meaningful. Like a reminder that sometimes the softest love is the strongest. As we get closer to the later parts of their story, the emotional intensity builds, but not in a chaotic way. It's more like a quiet wave, slowly rising until it reaches a point where you can't ignore it anymore. And when those emotional payoffs finally happen, they hit hard. Not because they're loud or dramatic, but because they've been built up so carefully, so intentionally, that you feel every second of it. That's storytelling at its finest. And that's why Lim Soo-bin and Park Hee-sun have become such a beloved pairing. They don't just tell a love story, they make you feel it. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate what this means for K-drama as a whole. Stories like this prove that you don't need flashy plots or over-the-top drama to capture attention. Sometimes all you need is honesty, real emotions, real connections, real moments. And when those elements come together the way they have here, you get something unforgettable. So whether you're a longtime fan or someone who just stumbled upon their story, one thing is clear. This is a love story that will stay with you. Long after the final episode, long after the last scene. Because it's not just about them. It's about the feeling they leave behind. And that feeling, it's everything. Thank you for spending this moment with me on K-DramaVerse, where every story matters and every emotion counts. If this love story touched you even a little, don't keep it to yourself. Share your thoughts, your favorite moments, and your feelings. Until next time, stay soft, stay passionate, and keep your heart open to stories that truly move you. See you in the next one.